Man, happy Friday to everyone, man. What's going on? Oh, we got a full house tonight, man. What's going on, everybody? We got Coast 67 Sports TV in the building. What's going on, brother?
I'm blessed and highly favored, bro. How you doing this evening?
Bet. And then we got my brother, good brother, Big Joseph Townsend. How you doing, man?
What's going on with y'all? How y'all doing on this Friday evening?
Blessed and highly favored, bro. How you doing, Big Joe?
Just marinating, just chilling, just trying to make it do what it do. You feel me?
Oh yeah, without question.
I feel you, man. I definitely feel you, man. Doing the same thing over here, man. And then JB will join us, even though he's on the panel, but he's taking care of some business. But he will join us. Um, just want to be a man of my word, man. I did not do a show Sunday due to after this past Sunday due to taking care of business, but I wanted to make up for it today. So we're gonna cover Week 9 recap in college football, and then we're gonna talk about some past NFL action that happened last week or last Sunday, I should say. And we're going to talk about a few topics, any other topic we want to talk about, So you know how we do it. And first of all, shout out to the mighty LDBC. Always, man. But let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. This first of all, and before, wait a minute, hold on. Before I go into football, I have to talk about this, man. Congratulations to those LA Dodgers, man. Stunning comeback. Beats New York Yankees, seals World Series for 2024. Shout outs to them. Fellas, y'all catch the game?
Yeah.
I caught bits of it when the game was on. I was at the Warriors Pelicans game, so when I got a chance, I'll check the score and see what's going on. So I didn't really watch it. I just heard that they won. So yeah, so definitely shout out to the Dodgers. I know LA definitely did it big, and they got some good players on their team. And hey, I was looking for Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge nowhere to be found. So he getting paid all that money. That's when you got to show up. But I heard there's a lot of mismanaging of his minutes and playing him too much, and all that kind of stuff. So, but they paying you all that money, you got to show up. So shout out to the Dodgers.
Aaron Judge and what's the boy? I'm blanking on his name. He's on the cover of MLB The Show, 2K23. Jazz.
Okay.
Him and Aaron Judge hit like back to back home runs. So it looked like they was gonna take the last game, man, to keep them in the running, make it 4-2,
Hmm.
so they won't be knocked out. But the Dodgers came back. Chad and Jazz Chisholm Jr. My bad. Yeah, we don't cover baseball like that, but I just wanted to cover that. But
What's up, y'all?
what up, JB?
What's good with
Well,
you,
JB,
JB?
what's happening?
Same old, man. Another, week down, ready to start the weekend. I hear y'all boys talking about baseball. Um, I was watching it with a little bit with Pops. Um, he's a New York Yankee fan. He was pissed off.
Mm,
They was 5-0. They were up 5-0,
yep.
and they let them boys come back. They were trying to extend the series to 3-2, and the boys got hot. The Dodgers was just a better team.
Hmm.
Sometimes I find baseball kind of boring, but this time, this game was. I ain't gonna lie, it was exciting, man. It was very exciting. Um, but again, shout out to the LA Dodgers. But let's back to football, man. Let's go back to football. So this was week 9. So Sam Houston beat FIU 10-7. Louisiana Tech beat UTEP 14-10. Kennesaw State beat Liberty 27-24. Jacksonville State beat Middle Tennessee 42-20. Pittsburgh beat Syracuse 41-13. Pittsburgh ranked number 19. Old Dominion beat Georgia Southern 47-19. Boise State on last Friday beat UNLV 29-24. Very good game. Louisville beat Boston College 31-27. Barely beat Boston College. So USC beat Rutgers 42-20. Oregon beat the brakes out of Illinois 38-9. Penn State beat Wisconsin. Wisconsin played it close first half, but second half with Penn State basically put them in their place 28-13. Ohio State crawled out of a tough game against Nebraska 21-17. And so did Texas against Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt almost did it again against Texas. But Texas got out of there 27-24. Miami, man, shout out to Cam Ward, man. He balling, even though against Florida State. But he continues to ball 36-14 against Florida State. Seminoles is the bad I've seen in years, fellas. Am I lying? Have you ever seen Seminoles as bad?
Not at
This is the
all.
worst. This is the worst they ever been, from what I'm hearing, ever.
Even when they had old boy,
Bobby Bowden.
but not Bobby Bowden, the other dude, the black coach.
Tiger.
I think it was Taggart, Willie Taggart. It wasn't. Everybody was acting like this was like that when he, was head coach. He was like the program was, was being dismantled. But this is the worst I ever seen. So
I agree, man. This is crazy. This is crazy, man. Hopefully they can next year they can get it together. But yeah, they hot dog water, man. I'll just be honest with you, they hot dog water. Texas A&M is lost it was close, but Texas A&M may have found them a better quarterback than number 15. They beat LSU 38-23. BYU continues to lead in the Big 12, beating University of Central Florida 37-24. Indiana beats Washington 31-17. Indiana ain't nothing to play with, man.
No, they sure ain't.
You think, hey, Big Joe and Coach, you can, all my football historian heads, I'm gonna go to you two. Not saying JB don't got, but I know y'all two got the knowledge. And y'all think this Indiana team was better than the one with Antoine Randall L?
Ooh, that's a tough one. But the thing, with the Randall team, it really just was him. Whereas now I think this team might be a little bit more well-rounded in my estimation. What do you think, Big Joe?
Ooh.
Shout out to Antoine Randall Hill. I definitely I think for sure this team is better. Shout out to the NIL. I mean, they Indiana has never really been a school that get top recruits or top players. They've always just been known for basketball. Nobody really cared about the football team like that. But now, that's why everybody's like, Indiana, they're ranked. You mean this is the basketball ranking, right? Oh, this is football. Oh, okay. And they really blowing teams out. They're not. These games don't even be close. So I think this is a better team for sure. But let's see how they finish off and see what bowl game to get into. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because everything is good in the regular season, but then when you play somebody who's equal or close to equal to you are, sometimes things change.
And
So
speaking of that, and I'm gonna give you your flowers, Big Joe. You was not impressed with Missouri. And when they, like you just said, when certain teams that got good records, when they play teams that's on their level or way better than them, when it's time to put up or shut up,
mhm. I mean, perfect example is Northern Illinois University. I think they're like 3-4 now.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So hey, and they had a who they beat early in the year. Was it Florida State? Who they beat early in the year?
Notre
Oh no,
Dame.
never mind. Notre Dame. That's right. That's right. They beat Notre Dame. You know what I mean? And really bullied Notre Dame. And then now they a 3 or 4 team probably won't even make a bowl game. So
Mm-hmm.
welcome to college
Tell you,
football.
but that's why we love it, right? Yeah, you're right.
Hmm.
Yes,
And
sir.
and going back to reason why Big Joe, you never was impressed with Missouri. You've said that on other shows, and they got blown out against Bama, 34-0.
Mm.
That that so-called high-power offense did
Mm.
not show up.
Nope.
And I was big on Luther Barton, the third, and I think he's one of the best wide receivers in the nation, one of them. But yeah,
When your quarterback can't if you ain't got a quarterback that can get you the ball, I mean this a lot of folks, everybody say next man up. Next man up, we got this. Yeah, that sounds good, but somebody second string for a reason. So the quarterback from Missouri, he was hurt last week and he came, he decided to come back. He didn't play all week last week. He came back in and played and got him to won the game and went to the hospital and came back and played and it was a good old Undertaker, story. But then, this week, he left around the first, second quarter and then second string guy came in. Yeah, he definitely not ready. So, you can be a top wide receiver all you want to, but somebody got to throw you the ball.
that's true.
Big
And
facts.
coach, and guess who's third or fourth string?
Who?
Harold Blood, former Southern Jaguar.
Oh no, he will not touch the field. I promise you that. I'll be willing to bet my bottom dollar.
Good Lord.
You talking about hot dog water. Hey,
Oh man, he
that's
on the
what he is.
roster. He on the roster.
But you gotta realize he only there because they wanted his brother and he wanted his brother. So,
Oh,
it was a deal, So they really didn't want him.
oh,
I mean,
oh,
he
oh.
was
So you say, so you saying it's like when Master P son went to USC, he just tagged along?
yeah, I mean, just think about
Damn.
it. He was
What?
trash at Southern.
What? Oh,
If you trash in the
mm.
SWAC, what make you think you gonna go to the SEC and be all world? Come on, man, let's
You
be real.
know, maybe better coaching, better training table. I don't know. I don't
Man,
know, but I don't know.
I think, and if
May-
I'm mistaken, I think Blood was a fifth year senior, if I'm not mistaken. So, I
Hey,
mean, hey, you was trash for 4 years, and the 1 year you got to play, you was trash. So, hey,
hey, some of these kids are playing 8 years now. I'm just saying, I'm gonna check my eligibility real quick. You know what I mean?
For real.
oh no,
But
no, hey, I'm glad you brought that up because they was talking this field goal story. This guy, he kept getting hurt every year, and he like an eighth year player. And them 8 years, like he was out and injured, out for the year for like 6 of those 8 years. So they were saying in his instance, I guess he just wanted to make it like he never gave up. I can't think of the name of the player, but
what? You mean the tight end from Miami?
it might be him. I don't know which who it was,
Mm,
but this guy, he an eighth year senior now. And of those 8 years, he was out for the year. Had
mm.
a year in the injury that put him on the shelf for the rest of the year, like 6 of those 8 years. And I'm like, wow. So that
I
was
can't.
crazy. At
Can you
least
imagine being 20, imagine being 25? I'm sorry, imagine being 26, 27, 28, playing college ball, and everybody going up against is 18, 19, 20. Your grown man strength and kind of kicked in a little bit. You kind of know what you're doing. Hey,
Oh no, I feel you. I feel what you're saying 100%. But imagine it being your 8th year eligibility, and you done been
yeah.
out for the year 6 of those years. After a certain point, the average person would have gave up at this point.
Hey, you get free education, right? That was what coaches say.
And plus you got the NIL money on top of that. So ain't no telling.
Hey,
Yeah.
Coach, I'm gonna
Hey,
put you on the spot, Coach.
yeah.
Noah or Harold Blood?
Honestly, I'm gonna say Harold Blood. To be truthful, I think Harold Blood
Damn,
better
you were
than
dead.
Noah.
I knew it.
No, Noah Biden. Fuck that. No,
No,
I was
no,
just
no. See, this the thing about it. The thing about it. Look, Noah played good against Alcorn State for homecoming, and truthfully speaking, as good as he was, and I'm like, man, hey, I might have been wrong because I said he was worse than Harold Blood. I said he was worse than Marcus Jacoby. And guess what? Last week against FAMU, that turtle went back in the shell. And it was like
damn.
me apologizing and say, hey, I was wrong with this dude. Everything he was proud of that, he turned back into it last week. So no, I'm gonna keep it true. I'm gonna say Harold Blood played better last season than Noah playing this season in the same position. So, and the crazy thing about it, Blood had better weapons than Noah got. Even though it's some of the same receivers. But even with that being said, I say Harold Blood played better last year than Noah playing this season. You can say what you want. I'd have been in all the games. Big facts.
Coach said he done saw that shit
Oh,
up close and
I ain't
personal.
seen I ain't seen it in person. That's what he said.
okay. I hear you,
Dang, he
coach.
said Noah is worse. Damn.
Hey, like them old folks say, I'm telling you like a TI is. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you like a
Like it
TI
is.
is.
Let me finish these scores. Kansas State, who's also ranked high in the Big 12, they second next to BYU. They crawled out a good game against Kansas
Yeah.
Jayhawks,
Yeah, that was a good game. Yeah, that was a good game for sure.
but Kansas State with a quarterback, they won it 29-27. And I'm blanking on the kid's name. White dude, long hair. He balling. I give him that. Ole Miss. It was a decent game. Beat Oklahoma 26-14. SMU, JB,
They
beat
back, baby.
in overtime 28-27.
Man, SMU came out of nowhere. Shout out to SMU, man. They got this quarterback that's balling. Man, NIL, man. Hey, man. Now some of these players is, mess themselves up like the old boy from Florida State. I mean, he should have just stayed at Oregon State, but the rest of these players, they're making good decisions, man. They're not just sitting back, behind being a backup when they know they got the talent to play. So
Yeah, that's facts, man. And this is the game I want to talk about to you fellas, man. Notre Dame versus Navy. Now, Navy got blown out, okay? But the score was 51-14. But as far as Navy on the offensive side of the ball, y'all remember, of course, we got college football 25 now as far as video game or for college football. But back in the day, if you get one of them teams that like to run the flex phone or the option run, if you don't run it right,
Triple option.
or the triple option, what happened a lot if you didn't know how to run it right?
Fumble the ball.
Fumble the ball. That's exactly what Navy looked like. It looked like somebody was controlling the team and they pressed the wrong button and it was fumble. Like it was fumble.
Fumble the ball, drop the ball out of his hand. Quarterback he was just
Yes.
nervous, not ready, unprepared. I don't know. You know.
So
When I saw
Nate,
him drop, when I saw him drop back and he throw the ball and the ball just dropped out of his hand like somebody like a ghost knocked it out. I'm like, oh Lord, yeah, they ain't ready today.
yeah, they didn't even get themselves a chance for all their mistakes they were making, especially the quarterback. So yeah, that was yeah. You can't.
Yeah,
Notre
that
Dame
got
didn't.
ugly.
Yeah, it did. Um, Memphis barely beat Charlotte 49ers 33-28. Tulane beats off their rival North Texas 45-37. Um, Ohio beats Buffalo 47-16. North Carolina Tar Heels beat Virginia 41-14.
Yep,
Virginia,
that's North Carolina football for you, man. We give up 70 to James Madison and then come out and act like we know how to play football against Virginia. So that's ACC for you, man.
yeah. Virginia Tech beat Georgia Tech 21-6. I like Kyron Drones, that quarterback Virginia Tech guy. I like him. Uh, Arkansas blows out Mississippi State. That actually surprised. I thought it was going to be closer than that. 58-25. Georgia State falls to Appalachian State 33-26. East Carolina beats Temple 56-34. Miami of Ohio beats Central Michigan 46-7, blows them out. Akron beats Eastern Michigan 21, excuse me. Ball State beats Northern Illinois 25-23. Like Big Joe was just saying about Northern Illinois. They started off hot, and now you starting seeing them drop games you think they should win. Baylor comes back and beat Oklahoma State. Baylor has been up and down, but they got some wide receivers for your ass. You hear me?
I
Don't
think Baylor play Colorado next too. I think.
they already played Colorado and they lost to Colorado in overtime.
Oh, that's right. I'm tripping. You're right. My bad, I'm tripping.
No, you right. But um, Baylor got some wide receivers. It's just their defense is up and down. Um, Iowa blows out Northwestern 40-14. James Madison beats Southern Miss 32-15. Massachusetts beats Wagner 35-7. Minnesota beats Maryland 48-23. Wake Forest beats Stanford 27-24. Texas Tech loses a very close one to TCU 35-34. Texas Tech will be playing Colorado next week. Bowling Green wins against Toledo 41-26. Tulsa wins a close one against University of Texas San Antonio 46-45. No defense at all. Rice loses to UConn 17-10. Western Michigan wins against Kent State 52-21. California blows out Oregon State 44-7.
Yes, sir.
Mm,
Yeah. Cal Bears. Yes, sir.
Cal Bears, man. And I'm glad I didn't put money on that game. I picked Oregon State, but I'm glad I'm not a betting man. Colorado State beat New Mexico 17-6. South Alabama beats University of Louisiana Monroe 46-17. West Virginia beats Arizona 31-26. Arizona State beats Troy 34-31. Houston beats Utah barely 17-14. Yeah, Utah also having quarterback problems, man.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. The quarterback is actually done for the season.
yeah. So they don't got no true quarterback.
He always getting hurt. That
Cameron
Rising
Rising.
dude.
Yeah, it is his last year too. So yeah, so we'll see where he go in the draft.
Mm,
I,
Utah.
I think he, I think he on like his 6 year or two or something like that. You
I
know,
think he is. I
yeah.
think he is. Utah State beats Wyoming 27-25. Great game. Michigan beat their rival, the little brother, Michigan State, 24-17. Close game, closer to my a little bit for my taste. Um, yeah, Michigan, another team. They don't have no identity at quarterback. That's what's suffering. They're suffering.
For Coach Moore, I think his name was Moore. I think
Hmm.
he need if you want to keep your job at Michigan, no matter what you do, you gotta beat Michigan State and Ohio State. So we're gonna see if they beat Ohio State this year. Because if they don't, he might get the Charlie Strong treatment. You know, what I mean, how they did him in Texas. So we gonna see.
I think it's gonna happen. I don't see them beating Michigan. I mean Ohio State whatsoever. Not this Michigan ball club. I'm sorry. Sorry, brother. I'm just being real with you.
Ohio State don't look like the Ohio State of old either. So it might get interesting.
Yeah, brother Moore, I'm just being real with you, man. I don't see you beating Ohio State. Not this Michigan. Um,
No.
Auburn beats Kentucky 24-10.
Okay.
Fresno State beats San Jose State 33-10.
Okay.
Colorado beats Cincinnati 34-23.
Mhm.
I almost cried. They was running the ball. I shed a tear.
For real, man.
I think they had over 100 yards rushing. Hey, every time they run the ball, they win the game. I mean, it ain't hard. I mean, just stick with it. I understand Shador wants to be featured and he needs 300 some plus yards because he want to be in the Heisman race, but you gotta win these games now. You have all the stats in the world. If you 4-7, don't mean nothing. So just win the game.
Facts. You got arguably one of the best quarterbacks in the nation, and not just to protect him for his draft status, but to win games. To get the defenses off balance, you run the ball, and then when you do a play action, them linebackers are gonna have to bite because you got receivers to get behind everybody. So it only makes sense. The
Mhm.
offense is more dangerous that way if you get the running game going.
Football 101, gentlemen. And Washington State beats off San Diego State with a stick, but they win 29-26.
San Diego State getting the Brett Spiegel off right now by Boise State. So no, I guess that's what they
Yeah,
do this year.
yep. And Hawaii beats Nevada 34-13.
Okay, Hawaii. Okay.
And the games that's coming on that's already been played. Just want to get this out the way in week 10, going into tomorrow. South Florida, or UCF as they know, is beating Florida Atlantic 44-21 right now. It's 2 minutes and 32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Like Big Joe just said, Boise State has beaten the brakes off of San Diego State 56-24. And UConn survives a great game against those Georgia State Panthers 34-27. And Coach Savion Wilkerson went to Georgia State. He toting the ball for them.
Say that again, bro.
Savion Wilkerson.
Oh, all right, all right. You talking about from from J State and from Colorado?
Mm-hmm. He
Yeah, yeah.
transferred to Georgia State.
All right, that's what's up.
And so did that Bishop boy, the defensive tackle, the
Yeah,
big ass
yeah,
gap. Yeah.
yeah. And he brought all them cats from J State. They might have been
Mm-hmm.
better off if they'd have stayed at J State. You feel?
Yeah. Agree, man.
Well, of course, we probably didn't need that headache and bad news, but that's cool. At least, they did what they thought was best for their career, so I can't be mad with them.
Yeah, these young boys get to choose, man. But yeah, man. And so going forward, fellas, what game do you going in tomorrow? Which game HBCU and PWI do you have your eye on?
Well, I mean, you don't want to ask me. You already know the answer to my question.
Go ahead and say it.
All right, Southern University versus Alabama A&M at Alabama A&M.
Okay. Actually, I told you before the show I have my eye on this game because my brother Dave, he's an Alabama A&M alumni over there at the Down South Football Podcast with him and brother Renard. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna see. I'm picking y'all, but I'm feeling their quarterback Xavier Lanford. But Xavier Lanford has a bad habit of not settling down, and he'll throw a couple of picks. So Southern's defensive backs need to be there when he make those mistakes. That's all I got to say.
Well, I ain't gonna lie. I think they got one of the better offensive lines in the SWAC. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. Their head coach on the hot seat. You lost the Magic City Classic to your old rival last week. I mean, coming into the season, he was on a hot seat. I think right now he's sitting on the raging inferno. So his players might try to win to save his job. If he loses tomorrow, you never know. He might be all but out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking about saving a job, I'm gonna say this, and I hope I don't jinx myself. And y'all, and Big Joe, everybody who's listening, y'all can flame me up tomorrow if it happens. If North Carolina loses to Florida State, I love you, Mac Brown, but it's been one. I just got this.
That's my game. That's my game. That's my game. I got my eye on.
I got this feeling North Carolina gonna do something stupid and lose to Florida State.
Man, I can't see it happening. Me myself.
Man, you ain't been watching the AC like you in school. You got Harold Blood. You ain't watched the ACC long enough, Brooke.
All right. All right. What about Max Johnson?
Mac Johnson going from the year, bro.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. He wasn't that good to begin with. If he'd have been that guy, he'd still be in Baton Rouge right now.
Yeah, Mac Johnson was done. What game one?
Yeah, he had like a couple of snaps and then he tore up his knee.
So the person that been playing, the quarterback been playing is Harrell and Criswell.
And our third string quarterback was probably better than the two that we was, promoting before the season. So, Jacoby Criswell, he, was at Arkansas last year, didn't get to play because KJ Jefferson. Then now he got transferred back to North Carolina. Now he got his opportunity. He balling. He made some. What?
Here comes Mr. Shelton. Brock, MF, and Purdy. Whatever, man. Hey, I know your 49ers are shaping up. I know that.
I know, right?
Hey, we got a Sheldon, aka the sharecropper. I got a question for you. You always come in here talking about Brock Purdy, but who is your college team, brother? Nobody knows who your college team is. You Jackson State, you Mississippi State, you Ole Miss. Who's your squad, brother? Out of curiosity.
Hell, hell, Mississippi Valley.
I think he's Jackson State. I think Shelton's Jackson State, brother.
All right, well, we gonna see. See
Yeah,
what he think.
but if you're asking me, besides Southern, I think the game I'm probably looking at tomorrow is Ohio State and Penn State. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Okay.
Who
I'm right there
Colorado
with you.
playing
Yeah.
tomorrow?
No,
No,
they
they
got
got
No,
a
a
I'm
bye
bye
week.
sorry.
week. Bye week. Bye week.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at Ohio State, Penn State too. I'm not sold on Ohio State to be honest. But I also not a believer that Franklin has a team to beat Ohio State. But to me, it's up to Ohio State if they win or lose tomorrow. That's how I look at it. And I'm not a big believer in them to be honest. So also another game I'm looking at is Louisville and Clemson. That's going to be a great ACC game. Clemson is looking a lot better. In Louisville, they have a 5-3 record, but they lost to all top teams. They lost to Notre Dame, SMU, and Miami. So if they can hang in there like they did with Miami, they scored 45 against Miami. So if they can hang 45 on Clemson, they have a good chance of winning that game. And the other one I'm looking at, the last one is Duke in Miami. Duke is a tough team to play this year. They got a lot of transfers. Miami has kind of known to start slow. Cal really should have beat him this year, but Cal just dropped the ball and they got Cam Ward, who look like he's the Heisman favorite in my eyes. I don't think it's the Boise State running back. I think it's Cam Ward. He can get you about 20, 25 points a quarter. So
Mhm.
as long as Miami don't start slow, they should beat Duke. But Duke ain't no hoes out here. So those are the
No,
games I'm checking out.
I like how brother Renard from down south football said it. This ain't your daddy's Duke
Yeah,
Blue Devils, and this ain't
yeah.
your daddy's Vanderbilt. These they can compete now. Um,
hmm
Mr. Shelton stupid talk about some sharecropper university. So what they got boiled peanut classes? How to make boiled
See,
peanuts down there?
see, there you go. Corn stock classes. Pig, pig slop studies and everything.
Making pork rinds out there. No.
Mhm.
Salute J
Long
Bar.
story, long story short, Sheldon ain't got no team. That's what I thought. All right, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, Jared, go ahead. Go ahead.
He said all the possum meat you can eat.
See, there you go. See, Possum Meat University. There you go. That's why I figured.
Y'all stupid, man. But here's a question I wanted to ask you. Speaking with the Heisman, man. So who you think deserves it more? Is it Cam Ward? Is it Travis Hunter? Is it the young man from Boise? You know, who you think Ashton Genty? Who you think deserve it more? Let's be real. Let's be all the way 100 right now.
Can I go
If,
first? Oh, go ahead.
Now go ahead, JB.
No, Jared, what was you gonna say, bro?
right now, if everybody stopped in the middle of the season and just pick a Heisman winner right now, who are you choosing? Go, JB.
It's Travis Hunter.
Why?
Um, I think we already seen Ashton Genty. Um, the only way he's going to get the Heisman if he break Barry Sanders' record. Okay. Um, Cam Ward is playing great. Of course, because he's a quarterback, he has the advantage. So they love giving it to quarterbacks. Uh, I think Travis Hunter is more impressive out of everybody because he's taking offensive reps and defensive reps. It's not the same. We haven't seen this before. Everybody want to bring up Charles Woodson, but Charles Woodson, he probably did have a couple of snaps on offense, but he was a punt returner and a
E-
kick returner.
Even
You know
Charles
what I'm
Woodson
saying?
came out and said. Even Charles Woodson said, I wasn't doing what Charles was doing. I had a couple plays on
Ex-
offense." He said he even came out and said it.
exactly.
So we can go ahead and let that go now. So yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. See, I didn't know that brother, the legend Charles Woodson came out and said that. So
Hmm.
anybody else picking anybody other than Travis Hunter is you're not being. Well, I wouldn't say that because it's a quarterback's award. But if you want to give it to what the award, the Heisman Trophy was made for, it's the best player in college football, which is Travis Hunter. You know, he's
Not
the
gonna lie.
best player on look, no, no, no. He's the best player on offense and he's the best player on defense. Think about it.
Mm, okay. My only pushback on that, I'm move on to coach, is it would if they go by stats, only two people going to qualify: Cam Ward and not Travis Hunter, but Ashton Genty. Because Ashton Genty is still doing stuff on the ground, like he like almost having a 200 yards a game almost, and Cam Ward is just slinging that thing
It,
over
it's it's the
300
same
every game.
argument with me and you had uh Christian McCaffrey. What even though we know Christian McCaffrey is a dog, but who is he playing against? When Stanford was in what division?
Hold on now, Ashton Genty tore up Oregon, even though they lost that game, and you saw what Oregon did to Ohio State.
Or when have you wait a minute, first of all, when has Oregon ever had a spectacular ass defense?
Touche. Touche, but Oregon is a good team, and they rank high. So,
Now they have some good couple of players coming in the NFL like a end defensive ends, but they ain't had no players like Bama or Auburn in the past or hell Miami. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I'm talking to it. I'm gonna let the other brother go. I'm sorry.
Hey, to your credit, JB, he had 192 against Oregon, and he had 259 against Wazoo.
Telling. And
Wazoo, I know you ain't talking about Washington.
Hey, brother, I'm just saying, I ain't running the ball. I'm just reading the stats to you. Those will be considered big schools, so I'm just saying.
Bro, I run at probably about a 5'2" now. I probably can get
Uh,
3 yards against Washington, bro.
okay, I got you.
Or Washington State as well.
oh, crazy. I'm just saying, I agree with you. If I had to pick a Heisman, it's Travis Hunter. But if they going by stats, the two that qualify is Ashton Genty and Cam Ward, in my opinion. Um, Coach, what's your opinion? What Heisman winner are you picking?
Man, I'm gonna keep it 100. We know this is a quarterback driven award at this point because let's be honest, quarterbacks impact play probably more than the other positions. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I've seen players like Ndamukong Suh. I've seen players like, of course he was up for Heisman consideration at the time when he was at Nebraska. And we talked
Mhm.
earlier. We talked earlier about other players that other positions prominently. But let's be honest with you, in the day and age of all these spread offenses, uh, I think the quarterback position is like the highlight position of all positions. And truthfully speaking, if you take Cam Ward off of Miami's team, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think Miami is as good as y'all might think Miami is. Because I watched him that night, after, being disappointed at Southern performance. We came back, we watched uh Miami against Cal, and I'm thinking to
Hmm.
myself, oh my goodness, Cal gonna win this game. And the first thing
Hmm.
I said, if they lose this game tonight, his Heisman hopes are done. And when I went to sleep, like Cal was literally still beating them. And when I woke up the next morning, that Sunday morning, he led them back and they came back and when they won the game. So if you take Cam Ward off Miami's team, I'm gonna be honest with you, Miami might not even be bowl eligible. Now, I'm not, you know, taking away anything from Travis Hunter or from the other Heisman hopefuls. But let's be real, we live in a spread age. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, even like on a Pee Wee League and Pop Warner level, you see teams running spread all the way up to the NFL. So the spread offense is kind of, unfortunately, it has, you know, me playing in the '90s, the late '90s, at a high school team that in our district championship game we ran the ball. We had 54 plays and we ran the ball 51 of those 54 plays. I think the spread offense has infected football for the for the worse instead of the better. But let's be realistic. The quarterback touches the ball every play offensively. And Cam Ward, I think he's probably the front runner. And truthfully speaking, I think he probably more deserving to win the Heisman Trophy than the other two candidates we mentioned.
Okay, okay. All right, okay. So, but you picking Cam Ward.
Yeah, I mean, I think he impacts winning the most of the three. Even though what Travis Hunter is doing spectacular. I mean, I've seen like I'm talking about if we just move it away from the college game, all right. Say for example, right? I've seen Albert Hainsworth in the NFL completely dominate, and he's still not be the most impactful player on the field. I've seen in a college game, I've seen uh Ndamukong Suh as a nose guard completely dominate a game and not be the most impactful player on the field. We could say the same thing about Aaron Donald and Albert Hainsworth and Charles Woodson. I can kind of go on for days and days on every level of players that have like dominated the game and still not be the most impactful player on the field. So, we talking about the best player, but let's be realistic. I think Cam Ward has a greater impact on the game than the young man from Boys and then Travis Hunter. So I think, really truthfully speaking, I think Cam Ward is deserving of the award. If we was in the season right now, that's what I'm going with. I'm going with Cam Ward.
Okay, okay. And salute to my brother Anthony Bolton, aka Memphis Man. What's going on, man? Thanks for
Memphis
joining us tonight,
man.
man.
Salute, bro. Salute.
Appreciate it, man. Mr. Shelton, all y'all, man. J Bar, appreciate all y'all for just listening, sitting back, just listening to us tonight. I appreciate it. Um, and everybody else who's coming in, man, hit my like button, share, man, subscribe. Even if you're coming in being nosy, man, support. But Big Joe, who you got winning the Heisman? If they would stop everything right now, and pick a Heisman winner.
Um, yeah, I agree with Coach. It should be Cam Ward. And I say it like this. I love Travis Hunter. He's a phenomenal player, and I believe he'll be a phenomenal pro. He is a game changer. I mean, he does shut down half of the field, same way how Dion did. They rarely ever throw to his side. There's a couple games this year where he got an interception, a game-winning interceptions and whatnot. I mean, the last game he came up big with two touchdowns. Cuz doing backflips in the end zone and all type of stuff. He's definitely a freak in nature. But for the Heisman Trophy, I don't have a vote, but I know what the voters are looking for. I know somebody who has one. Like I said before, Travis just gonna have the numbers. They gonna look at numbers. Most of the guys who have a vote never actually played football before, never played, so they don't know how difficult. But what Travis Hunter is doing, they don't know how difficult what he's doing. They don't. They have no clue. They never played. So they're
Right.
gonna look off the stats and numbers. And Travis just don't have the gaudy like numbers that you need from him to win the Heisman. Like I said before on the other shows, he need a couple quick returns for a touchdown. He need a couple pick six interceptions. He may need a 250, 300 yard receiving game and two touchdowns. He needs stuff like that. So but does that mean he still can't win offensive player of the year later on? They're doing the awards. He sure can do that. Could he win Defensive Player of the Year? He sure can do that too. So I'm sure he'll get some awards. As far as the Heisman go, I would give it to Cam Ward. Like Coach says, without Cam Ward, I don't think Miami will be where they be at. Perfect example is Florida State. Florida State thought they had a good quarterback, and paid him $600,000 or more, and he didn't show out. Cam Ward left Washington State, came to Miami, which everybody was gonna say, well, let's see what he's gonna do. He came out here and he's balling. The man got over 2,700 passing yards, 24 touchdowns, and only 5 interceptions. His QBR is at 91. So in almost every game he's played in, they have scored over 30 points. Florida State got 36 points, Louisville 52, Cal 39, Virginia Tech 38, USF 50, Ball 62, FAMU 56, Florida 41. You know what I mean? So he's putting them numbers on that offense. And I think right now he is more deserving, of the Heisman Trophy runner because it's off of stats. And he has the stats right now to win. Now when it comes to Genty, he's a phenomenal running back. He's a dog. But I seen him play last week and he was struggling. UNLV should have beat Boise State. To be honest, they really should have, but they made a lot of
For real.
bonehead mistakes and dropped the ball. In the third quarter, Genty only had like 80 yards against UNLV. So if to be a running back to win the Heisman, you got to put up Barry Sanders like numbers. You're gonna have to average damn near 200, 250. You're gonna have some 300-yard games. But also like what JB brought up, he's playing against San Diego State's. He's gonna play San Jose State in a couple of weeks. The defense is hot garbage. You know what I mean? Again, he's gonna play the UNLVs. It'll be interesting to see, like we said before, how he's gonna do against a Georgia and Alabama. I'm sure they tear up Florida State. I'm sure they probably tear up Florida. You know, Interesting to see how they play against Duke. Schools like that. But right now, it's Cam Ward's Heisman to lose. As long as they keep winning, as long as they go undefeated, I don't see why he won't be the Heisman Trophy winner of this year.
Okay, okay. And Anthony Bolton put, I don't know if the running back from Boise State will translate in the NFL, but I don't know if I'm wrong. And I had the same question to the fellas. I think a, s- a week ago or 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Yeah, about if the running production of Ashton Genty is gonna translate. And don't get me wrong, Chris McCaffrey is a talent in the NFL. It did translate to somewhat, but as far as his able to stay on the field, look what's going on. Can't stay healthy.
I think Genty, he reminds me a lot of Devontae Freeman who went to Texas, who's at the Falcons right now. He's more of a player like that. Now, Freeman, he's in the league. He's not a top rusher. He's not getting 1,500, 1,700 yards, but he's a solid NFL running back. He'll have a couple 150, 160-yard games. Then he'll have some games where he only gets 70. To me, I think that's how Genty would transition to the NFL like a Devontae Freeman.
Hmm. Okay.
Now, actually, honestly, I think he kind of remind me of what the running back from Oregon name is. They used to call him the Black Mamba, even though I felt like that was disrespectful to Kobe. Can't think of the kid name. Can't think of the boy name. He kind of remind me of him. The running back from Oregon. I can't think of the boy's name. They used to call him the Black Mamba. I don't know why, but I mean, hey. Every time I think of Black Mamba, I think of Kobe, but they used to call him, he used to be a running back at Oregon.
We're talking about DeAnthony Thomas.
Yeah, DeAnthony Thomas. That's who you remind me of.
And he was like,
I don't know. Deontay Thomas wasn't that big though. He was almost like he was built like a slot wide receiver almost.
yeah. And he did translate to at Oregon he was put, they put him at running back, but he was more like a receiver in the NFL, and that's what he was.
Oh no. I'm not saying, size wise and everything, that's what he is. I'm just
no, not destroying your point.
Yeah. I'm just saying that's what he remind me of. Yeah.
Anthony Bolton said, "Did y'all?" No, he said, "Do y'all take that Travis Hunter can win the Blitnikoff Award and the Jim Thorpe Award together?" Yeah, it's very
for sure.
I think he definitely can win the Jim Thorpe Award for sure.
Yep.
I think he's the epitome of that kind of the individual that would win the Jim Thorpe Award, to be truthful.
Hey coach, I thought about something. Genty reminds me a lot of, what do you think about this, about Monte Ball when he was at Wisconsin?
I see it. Coach, you on mute.
He must have stepped off. So.
No, I think he having audio issues. But hey, Coach, if you heard Big Joe's question, get just audio together and come back on and answer it, man. We would definitely love to hear what you think about that. Yeah, but I see it. Monty Ball. Yeah, he just went off. He gonna come back on. Ontario Smith. I remember Ontario Smith. He was a big body running back from Oregon, and he played a little bit with the Minnesota Vikings. Okay. Let's move on to a little bit of the HBCU games from last week, and then we're gonna cover just a little bit of the HBCU games that played this week. So, Norfolk State this past Saturday beat Howard 21-20. Hampton beat Elon 41-21. Arkansas Pine Bluff beat Mississippi Valley 35-21. Fairview A&M beat Texas Commerce 34-27. Jackson State beat Bethune-Cookman 37-17. Alabama State beat Alabama A&M 27-19, which coach was saying that the coach for Alabama A&M is in the hot seat. South Carolina State blew out Delaware State 69-35. North Carolina Central beat Morgan State 16-7. Campbell beat North Carolina A&T 21-7. And Florida A&M beat Southern 24-6. And coach is back.
Yeah, of course, I would come back when you talk about Southern losing, but I think Big Joe make an excellent point. He does kind of remind me of him.
Monty Ball, yeah. But Coach, what did you think about the last week games and especially that Florida A&M Southern game?
Well, I ain't gonna lie, Noah played like hot garbage. Southern defense missed a lot of tackles. And of course, I talked about all this, on my post-game reaction and just during the course of the week. Basically, yeah, Southern's defense missed a lot of tackles, and in addition to that, uh, they gave up a lot of big plays that they shouldn't have given up. And offensively, nose trash. Zay, by the time Zay got in the game, it kind of was too late. And the boy Jamari Gassett, he gave them a lot of life. He returned a punt for a touchdown, he had a long touchdown run. And unfortunately for me, you were right. You was right, I was wrong. But hopefully they could shake back tomorrow and get a big win against Alabama A&M. I can admit when I'm wrong, like a lot of people.
And I appreciate that because you a real man, coach. And we just talking about ball, man. Anybody could be wrong, but I actually, I was willing to eat crow if Southern won. I would gladly, got on here and say, I would, like you just did, man. You manned up. You said, you was wrong, and I would have did the same thing. But I just knew Florida A&M wasn't planning to lose twice after they dropped the game to Jackson State.
I think one thing we got to give FAMU credit for is defensively, they much better at stopping the run than it was early in the season. I thought it would be equivalent to Alcorn State, where Alcorn State would basically just let Southern run up and down the field on them. Oh no, I'm not gonna lie, FAMU, they had understood that they wasn't having it in terms of you're not just gonna line up and punch us in the mouth and just run the ball and get 3.5, 4 yards of carry, play in and play out. And then oftentimes too, Southern will get penalties. And when you so heavily rely on the running game, you can't get behind the chains in terms of a down and distance standpoint. And also, giving up those big plays defensively. Southern is a good defensive team, but Kelby Givens, from a pass rushing standpoint, I said this when the season started. Last year, he had Taj Brown to feed off of in terms of having that booking on the opposite side, kind of like a Robert Mathis, Dwight Freeney type synergy. Hey, don't beat me to the quarterback, meet me to the quarterback, or vice versa. To me, right now, even though he got Devin Cotton, and he got Willie Miles, I think having that bookend that can get to the quarterback just as much as you, even though they move him, from side to side, so on and so forth, so the defense really can't get a beat on him. I think him having that guy opposite him really would help him. And then not only that, just defensively in general, like from a tackling standpoint, they were terrible. They missed a lot of tackles, and that's what allowed. Really, I don't like defensively. They look a lot like the Saints in terms of missing a lot of tackles and allowing teams to get huge chunk plays. There was one play where, you probably should have lost about a yard or two. Instead, you ended up getting like a 25-yard play, and I'm like, come on, man, y'all gotta make tackles. So, not being able to get the players on the ground defensively, then offensively, Noah just being trash. Zay coming in the game, and it pretty much was over. 24-6. Really and truly, I think Jamari Gaskin, he affected the game in two phases of the game. And Richardson, he played well. So I like to give credit to FAMU. They played better than I thought they would play. And Southern's run game, it wasn't as effective as it was against Alcorn State. In fact, in all actuality, Southern had more rushing yards against Alcorn State than they had total yards against FAMU. FAMU had double the amount of yards Southern had last week. So, and all of those things make a difference,
Yeah, and just to be frank, man, you're not the only Louisiana team that's. I think they're more, in my opinion, they're more up and down than you guys. Grambling State last week dropped a close game to Texas Southern, 24-17.
Well, like you and I said this, that's one thing, but your platform and my platform, and I think not every channel in LDBC, but a lot of us are. I'm the type of person, if you and I have a difference of opinion, I can still rock with you and still show you love. Whereas other people, like if you if you disagree with their opinion, it's problematic. To me, I feel we can have a difference of opinion and have a productive conversation. And but all season we've been saying how up and down the SWAC West is,
Hmm.
and we see that now. Like we call it the Wild Wild West for a reason. I don't
Right.
think there's no clear cut favorite, even though Southern is in a driver's seat at this point. All it takes them losing a couple games, and then they would need help to back into the SWAC championship game. From a coaching standpoint, I'd have been in this situation where our coach teams are like, hey, fellas, we control our own destiny. If we went out the rest of the way, we don't need no help from nobody else. But you lose a couple games, now we need this team to beat that team. I can't stand that. You're in the driver's seat, just take care of your business so you don't have to rely on somebody to beat somebody else for you to get to where you need to go.
Facts, man, and just going over the games that are going to be played tomorrow, and also I gotta say this, man, and just moving over to the MEAC, getting out the SWAC. South Carolina State and North Carolina Central game yesterday was a knockdown, drag out of who's going to be the top dog in the MEAC. And South Carolina State took it from North Carolina Central, man. They could not guard Caden High, which one of the speedster wide receivers South Carolina State quarterback Phoenix loves to throw to. I mean, he was tearing North Carolina Central's secondary up, but credit to North Carolina Central, that defense was very stingy, especially in the run game. But eventually, South Carolina State was able to keep their lead and win 24-21. So shout out to the South Carolina State Bulldogs, man. It was a very good game. Me and Jay Good was talking about it in the chat yesterday, man. He was watching it at a bar, so shout out to Jay Good, man. But yeah, can I be honest with you? How inconsistent everybody's playing on the both, especially in the West. I don't see anybody beating South Carolina State or North Carolina Central if one of those two emerge, top dog. Because I'm picking South Carolina State.
So when you say you don't see nobody beating them, you talking from the SWAC?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm gonna keep
Not
it
these
100.
ball clubs, man. Not maybe last year, but this year I don't know, dog. I don't know.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna take Southern out of this equation because, when you bring them into the equation, I get kind of biased.
Mhm.
Truthfully speaking, I think Jackson State could beat both of them. That's just my honest opinion. Man.
Okay. I don't know, man. And I love me some Herb Mulligan, man. I think when you give Herb Mulligan some decent blocking, he'll do the rest. He'll gas you, man. Even take it to the house. But how the defensive lines were playing last night and how they've been playing all year, I watched South Carolina State when they played the Citadel. And the Citadel could not hardly move the ball on that Bulldog D line, man. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I hope I'm wrong. You know what I mean?
Well, time gonna tell,
Yeah, time definitely is gonna tell. Time's definitely gonna tell. But the games that's coming up tomorrow, we have Villanova and Hampton. We have North Carolina, William and Mary playing North Carolina A&T. We have Delaware State playing at Howard. We have Norfolk State playing at Morgan State. tomorrow. We have Arkansas Pine Bluff playing at Jackson State. Yeah, we have Southern and Alabama A&M playing. Like you said, that's the game we both going to keep an eye on. That game actually playing on the free app, HBCU Go. So there
Yeah,
should be no excuse for nobody not to watch that game.
at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Grambling State is playing Bethune Cookman. If Grambling State is not careful, that may be another trap game for Grambling. Prairie View and A&M is playing Mississippi Valley. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Since this may be a trap game for Prairie View. This may be a trap game for Prairie View. This is probably where Mississippi Valley get they one. I could be wrong. Texas
I hope they
Southern.
get one, but I don't know if they're gonna be to get this one. I'm not even gonna lie on them.
I just got that feeling. Texas Southern is playing Florida A&M. Florida A&M should win that. Alabama State is playing Alcorn State, and UT Martin is playing Tennessee State. So those are games that are playing tomorrow, man. So we got some HBCU football, man. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep my eye on that Southern and Alabama A&M game, man.
Yeah, I feel you on that big time.
No problem. All right, so we already talked about baseball. I don't know why I got that slide. Okay, so switching over to boxing for a little bit. Regis Prograis gets outpaced by Catterall. So the fight was a unanimous decision for Jack Catterall, even though Regis dropped Catterall in the second or third round. And then Catterall came back and started dropping Regis a couple of times in the fight. This fight didn't. I got so frustrated with Regis, even though I didn't. I'm not a fan of Regis, especially how he tried to talk crap about Devin Haney. But yeah, this was. I don't know, man. What did you think about this fight, Coach?
Well, for those individuals that follow my channel, I did a pre-fight and a post-fight. And, if you watch my channel, I talked about my top 5 favorite fighters. I did that video a while ago. Of course, I had Wilder 1. I had Haney 2. I had EJ 3. At the time, I had Prograis 4, and I had Mr. Gary Russell 5. From since then, of course, I moved Mr. Gary Russell out. Terrence Crawford took his spot. And part of the reason why I rock with Regis is he's from Louisiana the way I am. And, a lot of people really don't know his backstory about him moving from New Orleans after Katrina. Because, I got a lot of family members that were displaced. In fact, I even had family members that's, literally related to me on both sides of my family that lived with us, post-Katrina. And, I had family members that moved to different parts of the country. Some, I got family members that, moved to Atlanta, Dallas, Houston. So Regis was one of the people that got displaced, and he ended up moving from New Orleans to Houston. And I'm not gonna lie, kind of like a lot like Cadillac Red, Supreme Beast Boxing Talk. Salute Cadillac Red. He and I kind of were in the same camp. Of course.
Salute the Cadillac Red, man.
Us brothers that was at the meet and greet in Dallas. I'm not gonna lie, I'm from South Louisiana. I done met so many super nice people in my lifetime. People that would literally give you their last dollar, their shirt off their back. And I'm not gonna lie, Bill Haney is one of the nicest people I done met in my life. So that's why me being both a fan of Devin Haney and Regis Prograis, I was never a proponent of that fight because for one, I was at the Smoothie King Center when Regis fought Zorilla, and he was very unimpressive in that particular fight. And of course, I'm a huge fan of Devin Haney. I knew that at some point that as a fan of both of them, I would kind of be somewhat be in the middle. And, one side or the other side would either do something I didn't like or say something I didn't like. And that guy ended up being Regis. And, truthfully speaking, if I didn't rock with him the way I did, if he wasn't from Louisiana, I'm going to keep it real with you, I probably would have distanced myself from him by this point. But at the end of the day, I'm still rocking with him. And I think at this point in his career, I'm not going to say he's a shot fighter, but yeah, I will. I'm going to say he's a shot fighter. He's not the guy that he was prior to his first fight with Josh Taylor. And truthfully speaking, that's who really Catterall made his name off of. In all actuality, Jack Catterall beat Josh Taylor twice. I don't care anybody say. In all actuality, Jack Catterall should be the undisputed 140-pound champion because he beat Josh Taylor the first time they fought. And the second time, it was just confirmation that he really, in all actuality, beat him the first time. He just got robbed on the scorecard. And, of course, Regis knocked Catterall down in the fifth round. It was a flash knockdown. Catterall was off balance. He punched him in the shoulder. His glove touched the canvas. It was an official knockdown. But Catterall, he put him down twice in the ninth round. And I'm not going to lie, I think from a leg standpoint, I think Regis' legs is done. That's why it was difficult for him to close the gap between him and Catterall. Catterall kept hitting him over and over again with the straight left. And it's not too often you see two southpaws fight against each other, but that's what it was in this particular fight. And at the end of the fight, you could tell Regis was getting desperate. He was lunging, he was swinging wild punches. Catterall could see it a mile away and just move out the way. So at the end of the day, I think if he wants to continue to fight, I'm still rocking with him, but he would have to go on a bum bash and just fight like lower tier fighters. But if he wants to be in championship contention, I think those days are over for Regis Prograis. And I think at this point in his career, I don't think he'll title contender. And I know he probably, for a while he's been having trouble making 140, but I don't think he has what it takes to move up to 147 and be effective. So at the end of the day, either go on a bum bashing tour and just collect paychecks or call it a career. I know you talked about going to bare knuckle fighting. I'm gonna keep it real, which I don't think he really built for that. So either bum bash the rest of your career or just call it a career. I think that's his only two options in my estimation.
Okay. All right, Big Joe, what did you think about this fight with Regis Prograis and Jack Catterall?
To be honest, I didn't see the fight live. I saw the replays and whatnot. And of course,
That's all right.
Saw 78's post game show about it. But yeah, I mean, Regis he's a good fighter. He's a good fighter. He's just not a phenomenal one. So he'll lose to guys like Devin Haney, Jack Catterall, and guys like that. Yeah, from seeing Regis getting dropped a couple times, his days of holding the title, are definitely over. He'll be a great guy. He'll be a great contender. He's a guy. He can be considered a gatekeeper. Be testing out the young guys and see what they got and all that kind of stuff. He could be like a pup killer or a dream killer. But him beating some of the elite guys, I don't think he has it anymore. I heard about him going to 147. Even at 147 is kind of open now. Boots is still there. I think even Mario Barrios beats Regis Prograis. But shout out to Reginald. You know what I mean? So and him going to bare knuckle boxing, bare knuckle fighting. Yeah, I don't think that's a good look. You gotta be pretty. I know has the MMA background and everything, but you gotta be kind of conditioned to kind of do that from your hands to your face to everything, because that's because it's not about if, it's when you gonna get knocked out, bare knuckle. You know what I mean? They ain't playing down there. So either, I know Regis made some pretty good money. He could easily retire now. He still got all his faculties and everything. He had a good payday with Devin Haney, even though he's been hating on Devin. Sure, he got a pretty nice little payday with this fight, but he can continue being a gatekeeper, or if not, then, enjoy the rest of your family and just chill out. I know you like going on vacation, so take a vacation and chill out.
I agree. I agree. Uh, JB, what did you think about the fight?
I think Regis got his ass whooped.
Okay.
That's my opinion. I think Regis got his ass whooped. I'm not gonna spend all day on this shit. He just got his ass whooped. As like the brothers is speculated out. Um, he's not the fighter he used to be. He's a good fighter, not a great one. When he step up in competition against elite fighters or fighters that's ranked, he's gonna struggle. And I hope Uh, I wish him well on his future endeavors, and I don't know about him doing that bare knuckling MMA, whatever he's doing. He better think about that because there's been a couple of boxers thought that was sweet, and then they end up getting embarrassed. So you better
Yeah.
think that over long and hard.
Well, I ain't gonna lie. I think the reason why they said they feel like he could do well in it. Austin, no doubt, Trout. He's a champion, a bare knuckle fighting champion as we speak. So I think that's the reason why they felt like he can make the transition, because the same guy that trains Austin Trout will train him also. So I think that's why they feel he can make that transition. And like you say, he has an MMA background. Some people feel like the MMA route would be better instead of bare knuckle route, but I don't think either route's good for him. I think if he's gonna continue to fight, he need to stay in boxing and bum bash his way through the rest of his career, or he just need to call it career, either or.
Okay. Okay. Good response, fella, and I agree with all of it. I think the Regis was a good champion in his day. He got his ass whooped. If his mama called him Clay, I'm gonna call him Clay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think it may be time, man, and I agree with Big Joe, man. If he still wants to box, just be a gatekeeper and go on, and like what Coach said, go on a bum bash, but yeah, it's time, man. It's time, but it's up to him. We can talk all we want. It's up to him. Uh, but congratulations to Jack Catterall, man. He's a good fighter. All right, here's what I promised, man. And Big Joe, I know you favor your Vegas Raiders, and Coach, you favor your Saints. But on this topic, we got to talk about the Baltimore Ravens, man, and the breakdown of our defense, especially in our secondary. And JB, I'm going to you first, man. Just to kick off this conversation.
Quick question. You want me to do the scores of the league before you do this, or we do it afterwards?
You know what? We can go ahead and do it now. I actually
Okay.
like that, and we'll talk about the Ravens later. Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. Let me see. Let me get into the scores of week 8. All right. Let's start off with a Thursday night game on October 24th. We had the Vikings play the Rams. The Rams beat the Vikings 30-20. It seems like Coach McVay has like a big brother, little brother vibe, with the Vikings head coach, and also, Kyle Shanahan down there with the Niners. So the Rams are, they having a little resurgence right now. Puka Nakua is back. I heard his knee in practice. So we'll see how they go. But the Rams beat the Vikings 30-20. Then we have the Browns and the Ravens. We're gonna say that a little later, but the Browns beat the Ravens 29-24. All I gotta say is I'll say Devin. Derrick Henry needs more than 11 carries a game.
Yes.
11 ain't gonna be enough.
Yes,
He
sir.
needs at least 19, between 19 to 23. And I blame the offensive coordinator for that.
Yes, sir.
Next game we have the Chiefs and the Raiders. The Chiefs beat I'm an Oakland Raiders fan, so I support the Las Vegas Raiders from afar. The Chiefs won 27-20. Patrick Mahomes is still kind of semi struggling. He's not in MVP form yet, but they are undefeated. The Raiders are a struggling team. Folks is wondering, are they going to trade Max Crosby? What's the future of the Raiders going to be? But it's still a rivalry game. The Raiders got up for it. The Chiefs won 27-20. And then we have the New England Patriots beat the Jets 25-22. The Patriots won. We have Jacoby Brissett. A lot of folks writing them off. He a scrub. He a backup quarterback. All I know is he beat the so-called best quarterback in the league besides Patrick Mahomes. He beat Aaron Rodgers. So Devontae Freeman and Aaron Rodgers didn't get on board yet like they did this past game on Thursday. But that's a big win for the Patriots, 25-22. That's a game that you win that help you keep your job as a head coach. And then we got the Eagles and the Bengals. The Eagles beat the Bengals 37-17. The Bengals just don't have it this year. They don't have the chemistry. They don't have the luster. A lot of folks are questioning, is Joe Burrow really that dude? Are we giving him too much hype, too much credit? Meanwhile, Jalen Hurst and the rest of the team, they're catching steam. They're making a push to, win the NFC East. So shout out to the Eagles for winning 37-17. The Packers squeaked by and beat the Jaguars 30-27. I ain't watched this game. I saw the highlights. It was a very tough, competitive game. This seemed like the Jaguars, or even though they're not a good team at all, they're not giving up. And as a coach, what you want to see is your players not giving up and them fighting tooth and nail. And shout out to the Packers for squeaking. That's how the Jordan Love and the Packers for winning 30-27. Then we have the Lions and the Titans. Lord have mercy. Oh, Earl Campbell will be so disgusted with these Titans. The Lions won 52-14. The Lions look like they are not only the best team in the NFC, but the best team in the NFL. So this is like varsity playing JV. The Titans ain't got it. Um, is Will Levis. Like I said, he's gonna manage his commercials, and it just seemed he can't whip a miracle together for him. He even got benched. So the Titans are they look like they're gonna be the number one pick this year. So and if the number one pick, they might get Shador. We gonna see. Or Shador, or they may get Travis Hunter. But shout out to the Lions for winning 52-14. And then the Falcons in the NFC South rivalry game. The Falcons won 31-26. Do you like that? Do you like that? Do you like that? Yes, I like that. Shout out to the Falcons for doing that thing. They're giving Devontae Freeman the ball. They got Pitts. They got a lot of weapons. There's no reason why the Falcons should not win the NFC South, to be honest. Baker Mayfield, it's still Baker Mayfield. He threw a couple of interceptions, but a couple of their key players got hurt, went down. So it's going to be a long year for the Buccaneers. So what they say, next man up. But then again, somebody's second and third string for a reason. So we're going to see how they go moving forward. But good win for the Falcons in the NFC South rivalry, 31-26. And then we have the Cardinals. The Cardinals beat the Dolphins in Tua Tagovailoa's returning game back. The Cardinals won 28-27. The Cardinals are underwhelming team. You have a young good wide receiver, Marvin Harrison. You have the quarterback, who is just he just can't seem to get over he's a good quarterback, but he's not great. He can't seem to get over that hump. So
Right.
but the fact that they beat the Dolphins, that's a good win for them. Do I think they're gonna win the NFC West? I don't think so. But anyway, winning the NFL is a win. So shout out to the Cardinals for being the Dolphins 20 27. And even Tua said he's not gonna he's not gonna wear the Guardian helmet. He's gonna wear his regular helmet. So if he takes one clean shot, hey, might be a wrap for him. And then we have the Texans beating the Colts. The Texans beat the Colts 23-20. Anthony Richardson, he's got benched. They're gonna play Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco keep getting them checks. These young boys out here keep struggling. He was with the Browns last year. Deshaun Watson got hurt. He came in, got some good game checks. You know what I mean? He's getting some good game checks now with the Colts. They put in Joe Flacco because they have a phenomenal team. AR is not ready yet. He seems to be struggling. You know, you can't be completing 4 for 15, 10 for 26. That's
And
not gonna
talk
work in
about
the
you
NFL.
tired. You tired, man. Like,
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
mm,
I mean,
yeah,
you can't say the NFL is easy and then talk about you getting tired. It don't work that way. But
exactly. It
anyways,
don't work that way.
hopefully, young blood learns. He's paying attention. Hopefully, he asks Joe Flacco questions. You know, you can have all God gifts in the world. If you don't know how to utilize your gifts properly, it don't mean nothing. So, shout out to the Texans for winning 23-20. And then we have the Chargers beating the Saints. Sorry, coach. Chargers beat the Saints 26-8. The Saints are looking like the Aints. You gonna see fans with bags on their head in the stands, and all that kind of stuff. So the Saints just don't have it this year. You know, Harbaugh definitely needed this win. So shout out to Chargers for winning 26-8. The Bills beat the Seahawks 31-10. Jared Allen, you know, he is the team. So they're gonna go as far as they go. The Seahawks are a mid-level team, you know, so the Bills are supposed to beat them. You know, but they beat the Seahawks at home and playing over there with the 12th man is not an easy thing to do. But shout out to the Bills for winning 31-10. Then we got the Commanders. The Commanders beat the Bears 18-15. Shout out to Jaden Daniels. He's looking like not only the rookie of the year, but possibly even the MVP. The Hail Mary at the end of the game, hey, that quarterback, I forgot homie name, but he's taunting the fans and not paying
Stevenson.
attention, and he's the one that tipped the ball to the point that where the receiver got it. See, we have players doing that. We still got folks dropping balls before you get into the end zone. Don't be in a hurry to celebrate. Win first. No, I mean, don't be happy you're gonna get some cutty. Get some cutty first. You know what I mean? So just make sure you actually when the game ain't over till it say 0-0-0-0. Shout out to the Commanders, Jay Daniels, 18-15, beating the other rookie and Caleb Williams. You know, it's looking like Jay Daniels is the real, you know, he's the real deal compared to Jalen, you know, Caleb Williams. We gonna see still early. And then the Broncos beat the struggling, um, need help, all the help they can get Panthers. You know, the Broncos won 28-14. You know, Panthers, you look them on the schedule, you just gonna say, you know, that's a W, you ain't gonna worry about it. You know, so shout out to the Broncos winning. They got you know, a rookie quarterback playing in Bo Nix right now. I'm not gonna lie to you, I wasn't a big fan of Bo Nix when he was in Auburn or at Oregon, but he's playing in the league right now. He got Sean Payton as quarterback, and Sean Payton is using him well. So you win the NFL games, you put in 28 points in a game. I can't say too much. Shout out to Bo Nix transitioning from college to the NFL. And then we got the Niners beating the Dallas Cowboys. The Niners won 30-24. Now on that day, you know, I live in the Bay Area, so I was out and about that day. A lot of folks had on Niner jerseys, Cowboy jerseys. You can feel the energy. They call the San Francisco 49ers, but they play in Santa Clara. You know, Santa Clara, California is probably about 10 minutes from where I'm at. So where I was at during the game, everybody had their jerseys on. Folks was eating brunch with their jerseys on. I met a couple who came from New Mexico just to watch the game. You feel me? So a lot of folks was excited to, you know, to see what's gonna happen. And the Cowboys do what the Cowboys are gonna do. That Prescott get paid $60 million and he throwing picks like he's a second string quarterback. You know, so and Brock Purdy and the Niners who are without Brandon Ayuk, still without Christian McCaffrey, they're finding ways to win. You know, you still got Kerry Kittle, you know, who's doing this thing. You know, on tight ends day, he caught a touchdown. So the Cowboys still don't know who they are, and the Niners are just, you know, the Niners are getting by. So shout out to Shelton's Brock Purdy 49ers for winning. And then we have the Monday night game where we have the Steelers versus the Giants. Steelers won 26-18. Shout out to Russell Wilson winning the game. The Steelers are, I believe, they're 6-2 right now. So the Steelers, they looking like they might be one of the top teams in the AFC North because the Browns don't think they're gonna be that good. Well, they're not that good. So, you know, shout out to the Steelers. They're just winning. They're hard, great. They're gonna be hard for anybody to beat. As long as Russell Wilson keeps making veteran plays, not making mistakes, then they're gonna do their thing. And shout out to Russell Wilson being a good veteran and putting Justin Fields underneath his wing. A lot of quarterbacks won't do that. I heard some quarterbacks say it's not my responsibility and all that kind of stuff, but Russell Wilson and Justin Fields sticking them together and Russell Wilson giving him game and helping him out and everything. This is going to be a big impact on Justin Fields going forward. So shout out to Russell Wilson for being a good vet. And I think Russell will be a great mentor for Justin Fields. And then for the Thursday night game, the Jets beat the Texans 21-13. Aaron Rodgers, they finally got a win, broke a 5-game winning streak. Young bull number 5 caught a Odell Beckham like catch, looking like the Jordan logo. You know what I mean? So got some chemistry in this game. Devontae Adams got the ball. He had a concussion, came back in. Then he got maybe 1 or 2 touchdowns. Look like a complete team. The Texans, they struggling. Stephon Diggs is out with an ACL injury. They ran the ball a lot, had over 100 plus yards, but um, Stroud still got to get the chemistry with everybody else. Now Stephon Diggs is out. Now he has to find his go-to guy now. If Stephon's out, I think Tank Dell is out. So he has to find somebody that he can trust, he can go to. So until then, it's gonna be rough for the Texans. And then Texans now, I think they're 6-3. I think they're 6-3. So, but yeah, the Jets need this win. Does that mean that they're gonna be good going forward? Probably not. But they just needed that win so they can take a deep breath and they can move forward. So, and that was a recap from last week and yesterday's NFL games. Back to you, Jerry.
Beautiful, beautiful recap, brother.
Excellent job. Excellent job.
Beautiful. Now,
Flawless victory.
flawless victory. Now, going to the topic that I want to talk about on how we lost to the Browns mostly. Yeah, and another, like Big Joe said during the recap, we did not feed the closer, aka Derrick Henry, the ball enough. But another reason why we lost the game, mostly the main reason is our secondary. Marcus Williams, former Saint, which coach knows all about it, did not play because he was vocal against the coaching staff. So they put him on punishment. But during the game, Eddie Jackson and Ardarius Washington got most of the reps at safety. And Eddie Jackson got smoked. Tillman was burning Eddie Jackson. It didn't matter. Eddie Jackson looked out of place. And Eddie Jackson is a former Pro Bowler. He was amazing over there in Chicago when he was younger. Now, I don't know what's going on. He's not playing up to his standard. I don't know if he's getting older or because he's older. I don't know what it is, but it's not just him. Brandon Stevens getting burnt. It's just crazy, and the whole defense just looked altogether just out of place. But defensive ends are not getting off their blocks and not turning the corner. They're getting stonewalled. This is not the Baltimore Ravens defense of old, and maybe we're just, us Baltimore Ravens fans, are just spoiled from the past amazing defenses we had, especially 2000 and the 2012 defenses that helped us win the Super Bowl. But this has been the most. JB, you think this is the worst the secondary has looked in years?
Yes, and I think it's just scheme, bro. I look, man.
And let me cut to the chase
We knew.
before you cook. You cook.
Go ahead. Go
You
ahead.
think it's Zach Orr's fault, or just the individual player's fault, or
I
just the
hate to
scheme
say it.
overall?
I hate to say it. It has to be Zach, man. This is on Zach. It's not on nobody else. How we become? Because we didn't really lose a lot of players like that on defense. So how did we become from last year being we was a triple threat best defense in the league? Turnovers, points, and something else I forgot. But we were a very good defense. So we went from that to being the last as far as the passing yards. Nah, man, that's scheme, that's coaching.
I know y'all
And it's
cooking with
stupid
grease.
stuff
I know
too.
y'all cooking with grease. I will say
Uh
this.
huh.
I don't know if it's possible. I don't know if you can do it, but Hassan Reddick sure looked real good in the Ravens jersey. He just came back and he was raising hell yesterday. So if y'all can get Hassan Reddick, that'll be good. I know folks talking about Crosby. Crosby's not available. Miles Garrett might be, but holla at Hassan Reddick. He look good in a Ravens uniform.
We've been trying to get him. It's just I don't know, but
I
I
don't
actually
think
like it.
a defensive a player, a defensive lineman would matter if we can't cover nobody, or if we keep not even just cover. If we don't, if we keep people keep busting plays, man. People just running wide open because people don't know their assignments, and that's coaching. You can't tell me that the person that got the dot, uh, Roquan, they arguing and stuff with the rookies. You know, he got the rookie Trent Simpson. He's trying to help him out, making sure he's doing what he's supposed to. And we still got people running open against our secondary. Man, what y'all doing? Y'all playing Twister and stuff in the defensive meet? What's going on? You know, and it's just, man, something's got to give, man. I don't want a. I hate seeing black coaches get fired or demoted, but this is ridiculous, man. Something has to happen. Either you bring somebody in to assist them, or the front office needs to take a good look on why this keep happening. And I know this is Zach Orr's first year, but if I don't know if he's in over his head, I don't know what's going on. But I
I think
didn't
he's
think,
in over his head. I think what happens, he needs to somebody like we brought in Dean Pease, but I don't know about even though technically Dean Pease was our defensive coordinator in that championship,
hell,
2012
DP got fired for the same damn reason. So
championship.
playing zone so damn much. And then if you're gonna play zone, you have to play in a certain way. You gotta have you gotta have a fire ass pass rush.
And we don't have that.
And that's why Big Joe was saying about Hassan Reddick. But then and in some games when we do get a good pass rush, we have miscommunications in the back end. That's coaching. And I keep and the reason why I know this coaching because in the first couple of games I keep why in the hell when you go cover 3 or cover 4 or whatever you going, is Roquan matched up on a damn receiver, a slot receiver? Why? Last game there was they knew we was doing man when we finally go man when they in our red zone. You got you had Roquan versus man to man versus a receiver. Why?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I don't get it.
Look, man, I know McDonald. He's the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. He was a fantastic defensive coordinator um, for us, man. And I'm proud that he's able to get his money. But and I thought that Zach Orr was just gonna implement and just follow the stuff he
You
did.
seen
I'm
from
like,
it,
Negro,
yeah.
what? How much did you change? How much did you change, bro? You need to go back watch film of what Mike did last year, bro. Because what you trying to put in, you trying to add. You know how a motherfucker just add too much salt to the food and it's too salty.
And it's not you not
That's
even
what
can't
he
eat, not
did.
eat, it's not even fit to eat. Yeah, the defense ain't even fit to
Nah,
feed him.
it's already seasoned. We already got the pieces. We don't need your extra stuff, bro. Just follow what Mike did, man. Quit trying to be cute with the linebackers, bro. They don't need to be in coverage, bro. This is a like we say this on this show every week. I know Coach say it. This is a spread football universe now. Everybody running spread, even in little league. So if you're gonna run zone against the spread, you better have motherfuckers that can cover. And Roquan is not the type of person. He's okay, but you don't put him on over receiver.
Hell, I don't even trust Fred Warner against the receiver. He's a dog.
Right.
Right. So we got it's just stuff, man. Football 101, man. Um, a whole lot of stuff that I'm not gonna get into it tonight, man. About that irks me. Um, I know Nate Wiggins didn't play. Marlon Humphreys didn't play. Um, my boy Brendan Stevens, he get burnt. He got burnt, man. He got exposed. Um, and the truth is, he hasn't been playing bad football this year, man. He just dude's been making plays against them. Um, you remember Jared in the draft when we was covering the draft, and I was irritated. I wasn't mad at us getting. No, I lied. I was mad we got Nate Wiggins, right?
Hmm.
But I wanted the receiver. Look what Keon Coleman is doing over in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Keon Coleman with Zay and Bateman?
Yeah.
I think Keon Coleman was probably. You remember when in the last drive when you know Lamar was doing his thing and he got in uh, the Brown side of the field and the last play of the game he was trying to throw it to little ass Zay. You know what I'm saying? And Zay didn't catch it, but Zay is not that type of receiver. We need somebody like a Keon Coleman that can go up and get this shit. You know what I'm saying? I think, and we brought in Deontay Johnson. He all right, man. It's just we need an Anquan Bolton like a Steve Smith Jr. like person that's gonna however you throw it, they're gonna come down with it. If we gonna be this bad on defense, uh, fine, we'll be an offensive team. But man, you gotta go out and get Lamar weapons, and not to mention, not only did our DB drop picks, the Jameis gonna throw you some picks. That's the reward and curse of having Jameis Winston as your quarterback. He gonna throw some great balls, some great passes, and he gonna throw you some terrible passes. So I knew we was gonna have an opportunity to get interceptions, and he dropped them on. And we dropped them on. But when you got receivers out here dropping wide open passes, And I know Lamar missed some, but the misses he made didn't break. Wasn't the reason we lost the game. So we play Denver next. Denver got a good defense as well, just like the Browns. You know, um, like Joe said, I was not big on Bo Nix, but Bo Nix is playing like he can play in the league. Um, I expect us to put belt their ass on Sunday. And if Bo Nix get 300 yards against us, we need. And I hate to say this, and I hate that he's a black coach, and I know black coaches don't get a lot of chances like that. But we need to have a conversation about his position, because there ain't no reason why Bo Nix should throw 300 yards against us. Jameis, okay. Jameis threw 500 yards, 5,000 yards in the league before. So I understand James. James is a gunslinger. He can sling that bitch. But Bo Nix, no.
Mm, I agree, man. I agree. And I'm like you said, I'm rooting for the brother. I don't think he need to lose his job to feed his family, but I think he need to be demoted back to linebacker coach if things continue to be this bad. Um, that's it, man. Big Joe or Coach, I know that you're not Ravens fans, and but do you have any feedback on this topic?
Well, before I hop off, from my perspective, going into the game, James Winston said that he's gonna show that he's an NFL starting quarterback, which I kind of already said. I felt like the Saints should have kept him instead of giving Derek Carr the money they gave him. You see how that turned out. But truthfully speaking, like Big Joe said, they should have gave more touches to Derrick Henry. But at the end of the day, James Winston won a Heisman Trophy in Florida State for a reason. I think he got a raw deal in Tampa Bay and really got a raw deal in New Orleans, in my opinion. But he definitely a starting quarterback in the NFL, and he showed it. I mean, it's not just all the Ravens' fault for the Browns winning. I think the Browns won, so I mean, you can't give all of the blame to the Ravens and no credit to the Browns. The Browns showed up and played also. But I got to hop off, fellas. Appreciate y'all. Y'all catch us tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. on my channel. Jared, I'm hit you up behind the scenes. Y'all have a blessed night. I'll catch y'all on the rebound. Peace and blessings to everybody.
I bet, man. I'll talk to you tomorrow morning, man. I already know what this is
All right,
about.
Coach.
I'll be ready.
All right, peace and blessings, y'all.
All right, Big Joe. Do you have an opinion on the topic?
Yeah, I mean, we can talk, we can talk about the defense and how the defense is struggling, but if your receivers don't catch the damn ball, it don't matter how good Lamar Jackson is. There are so
Facts.
many clear drops, whether it's the sun, whatever. Lamar Jackson put it in your chest
Oh,
and you
you
drop
you
it.
heard that bullshit Rashawn Bateman say?
Yeah, all the sun in my eye. Well, get you a dark visor then.
Yeah,
Get you a dark visor. Plays
visors
like
ain't.
that, but plays like that, and plays like Kyle Hamilton dropping the interception. Was Kyle Hamilton right? Dropping the
Kyle
interception.
Hamilton and Eddie Jackson. Yep.
Yeah, dropping plays like Kyle Hamilton dropped a game-winning interception. The receiver, he said he couldn't see with the sun. That could have
Yeah.
kept the play going. I mean, the drive going. Plays like that determine close games. Plays like that will determine if you win a Super Bowl or not. If you win the NFC or AFC championship or not. You have to make those plays. I think Shannon Sharp says if you know your defense ain't that good, that's another reason why you need to run the ball. Keep your defense off the field. Let them get coached up. Let them rest up and all that kind of stuff. Because I don't know who your DNs are. That's why I was saying you need a Son Reddick over there. You may need a Miles Garrett over there. You
Damn,
need somebody. I'm just saying, y'all, because
I can't dispute that if I wanted to, brother. Go ahead.
y'all known for having a guy like Terrell Suggs over there wrecking havoc. You even had Camel over there at one point. So y'all know y'all had a Lodi Nada, got dog. Y'all had dogs on the D line.
We
Hassan
had
Reddick,
we had the
yeah,
old
but
veteran Terrell Price at one time. Yep,
Terrell Price. I mean,
Trevor Price.
Trevor
Excuse me.
Pryor.
with any NFL team, as Jerry Jones said, you're gonna need you a war daddy. So you're gonna need you a D lineman who's gonna wreak havoc. Shout out to the Chiefs. That's why they paid oh boy all that money. So this is the passing league. You're gonna need somebody to go get the quarterback in the league like this. And y'all ain't got that. But y'all still should have won that game regardless. But all these deficiencies will show up when it really counts. Again, y'all lost against the Browns. Like you said, it was a trap game. Things like this happen. But when stuff gets real, when we get to the playoffs and it's lose or go home, plays like that will help you go home. 1, 2, 3 Cancun real quick. So hopefully, again, we gonna see if coaches can develop these players. How good are these coaches really? Are they managers or are they real coaches? So we gonna see. So hopefully the young bucks is getting coached up, and hopefully y'all can get you somebody who can rush the passer. I think Miles Garrett might be available. I know Crosby ain't going nowhere. Reddick might be available. Hell, y'all might have to holler at and see if Young Bull at the I don't know if he's any good anymore. Is Chase Young, but y'all need somebody for sure. But again, Deshaun Lamar Jackson, he's still um looking like the MVP to me. Jaden Daniels is right there. But this was if y'all want to lose to anybody, I'm glad Jameis Winston got this win. He seems to be like the laughing stock of the league, and he's known for saying corny pregame stuff. But boy, he was toting that rock on Sunday, boy. He earned
Yes, he
his
was.
paycheck.
Yes, he
You know
He
what I
did.
lit our
mean?
ass up.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, shout out to Jameis Winston. So hopefully, he can keep on doing his thing. So maybe, next year he can be the official starting quarterback. So but I think y'all gonna be fine. But the drop passes, the dropping the interceptions, that's what separates somebody from being a great player to being Hall of Famers. So, but y'all got the talent, y'all got the ability. The only thing is y'all got to execute. And that's the difference between winning and losing.
There it
Said
is.
beautifully by an actual football player who actually played suited up and played in the NFL on the NFL team at one point. Yes, sir. Can't dispute that if I wanted to. Said wonderfully, Big Joe. But before we wrap it up, man, is there anything else y'all brothers topics that come to mind or you wanted to share?
Now I know it's getting kind of late
Nothing,
for
man.
everybody. I'll
Yeah.
save my closing remarks for Nick Bosa. So keep on going on me.
Okay. All right. All right. And of course, shout out to Coast 67 Sports TV. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Um, Big Joe, let everybody know where they can meet you and see you, brother.
You can catch me on all LDBC platforms, supporting the brothers and the sisters and all LDBC business. You can catch me at your local Warriors game, sitting on the floor, making it do what it do. You can catch me at a Niner game. I might go in the next 2 weeks. You can catch me all around the Bay. You know what I mean? Going outside and living life. And for my closing remarks, good old Nick Bosa. Yes, the races that nobody wants to talk about, the races that the Niner teammates didn't want to keep on ignoring because he gonna get you 18 sacks a year.
Hmm.
Not Nick Bosa. Now, if you gonna be who you say you is, stand on business. Don't be on the field wearing a MAGA hat. Then get to the podium. You want to be quiet. Speak on what you believe in. LeBron James was told to shut up and dribble. Colin Kaepernick pretty much lost his career for taking the knee. If you're gonna be a Trump supporter, stand on business. Don't be saying, well, I don't want to talk about that right now. When you done interrupted your players, your teammates' interview, you want to stop they shine, and you want to wear the MAGA hat on the field and stop they shine because you want to make a statement. You point into the hat. Well, you could have wore that same hat in the post game conference and give you a little soliloquy. But you chickened out and you decide that you want to have no comment on that. So I don't respect that at all. You can vote for who you vote for, but my thing is, if you're gonna make a statement, stand on business. So he's supposed to get fined, but everybody who was saying shut up and dribble and athletes shouldn't speak on politics, they show was real quiet this past week. I ain't see CNN talk about it. I ain't see Fox News talk
Mm-hmm.
about it. I ain't see MSNBC talking about it. I ain't see nobody talk about it. Meanwhile, LeBron James made a tweet and said that he is voting for Kamala Harris because he think about his children. LeBron James been getting crucified for his political views ever since he been playing. Then you got somebody like Nick Bosa who too scared to stand on his business. If you a stone cold racist, just say you a stone cold racist. Don't only do it when it's convenient. Don't try to stop your teammates shine and you want to make a statement and you scared to make your own when somebody put a microphone in your face. So, anyways, Nick Bosa this ain't nothing new. He's a MAGA guy. His girlfriend's a MAGA guy. He made some remarks against Colin Kaepernick when Bosa was at Ohio State, saying that Colin Kaepernick needs to die, and he say a bunch of crazy stuff that nobody want to talk about no more because he can get you 18 sacks for the San Francisco 49ers, who got a whole bunch of black players on the team. But anyway, everybody, if you believe in something, just stand on business. Don't be scared.
Facts, man. Facts, man. And speaking of MAGA hats and all that, this the election is going to be concluded on Monday or Tuesday.
Vote to be going all the way till Thursday, Friday, but on Tuesday we should know something.
All right. Well, all whoever's listening, and I don't care who you voting for, y'all just be careful out here. People crazy. Y'all just protect yourself. So y'all be careful, okay?
Y'all don't be political gang banging. Y'all don't bet not be fighting over two people y'all don't know who gonna if they gonna make the country better or not. Y'all bet not. Y'all be blessed.
Facts. All right. Well, that is it, y'all. That was another installment of the Southern Baller Show. We're gonna try to have another show Sunday, but I catch y'all on the rebound. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Y'all have a blessed night.